Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to the channel. My name is Tony and today we're doing a rapid fire review for Valheim. So this is out on PC now. It is a brutal exploration and survival game for between 1 and 10 players, set in a procedurally generated purgatory inspired by Viking culture. Battle, build and conquer your way to a saga worthy of Odin's patronage. Right, let's get into the review. So first up is price. This is early access price of £15.49 or $21, which for me is just right for early access games. I hate it when they go too high or too low. I think for how many people have bought this game and for what you're getting, that price is almost spot on. So first score of the day, 10 out of 10 for price. Next up is the technical elements of the game, so graphics, sounds, bugs, that sort of thing. First up is graphics. The graphics have this new voxel style approach, which you've seen a few games start using last year, like Teardown. A lot of people have been saying they're rubbish. I kind of like them. I think it's really good. It has some nice lighting effects, especially when like the fog rolls in or the sun comes through the trees. Yes, they are a little bit simplistic, but I think they really work well. At night, especially, the game looks fantastic. You can look up at the stars, there's constellations and everything like that. The lighting looks gorgeous at night. So I'm not sure why many people slate it. For me, pretty good. The sound design of the game is all right. Again, nothing to write home about. It's what you'd expect. You know when you're hitting a tree or if you're hitting a rock, and there's nice ambient sound effects and music in the game. So bugs wise in the game, I didn't really come across anything. There was nothing game breaking, which is always good to see in an early access game. However, just bear in mind, I have heard the servers aren't the best. Apparently sometimes you can lose all your stuff, your save game and that sort of thing. So if you're going to play with friends, maybe something to bear in mind, or maybe give it a few weeks until you go out and play it, because I can imagine with all this grind, losing all your stuff wouldn't be too much fun. So overall, on a technical element of the game, I'm going to give it 8 out of 10. Right, let's have a look at the creative elements of the game. So this is like storyline, characters, gameplay, that sort of thing. Bearing in mind, I'm not here to go massively in depth. This is a rapid fire quick review. So the gameplay loop is build, craft, eat, grind, repeat is how I'm going to sum it up. Until you feel ready to kill the boss, you kill them, you go to your next biome and to the next age, because you kind of go from Iron Age, Stone Age, that sort of thing, and then rinse and repeat. So then you build, craft, eat, grind, and repeat again, then move to the next boss, and so forth. I've seen a lot of people describing it as Rust and Minecraft. It is certainly not. It is more like RuneScape, with a little bit of base building and survival. To move on in the game, you defeat a boss. So that takes away that open world game like Rust and Minecraft, because you can't go anywhere until you defeat that boss, which makes it linear. So it's more like an RPG base building game than open world survival. So just bear that in mind. It has a proper skill system. So the more you hit a tree, or the more you swim, or the more you hit things, the more skills you'll get. Combat is interesting and fun with a wide range of weapon types. Sometimes there's misclicks and can feel a little clunky at times. And again, reminded me of an MMO kind of like World of Warcraft, because kind of basic click, block, roll tactics. It's functional. I'm sure that will be improved over time. There's no real hand holding in the game. There's no real tutorial. You just kind of have this bird thing that kind of helps you along. So you have to kind of figure things out. I would like to see a small tutorial in here to maybe show you how to do some of the basic steps. It's like the crafting bench requires a roof for some reason. No idea why. However, it doesn't tie this until you build it. Maybe as you're building it, it should go, by the way, this needs a roof. Think about where you're placing it, because it's just annoying. Building overall isn't massively fun. I didn't find it anywhere comparable to things like Rust and that. It's an alright system. It's alright to navigate. But when people are comparing it to Rust and Minecraft, it's not. It's basic and functional. You can get some nice designs out of it, but unfortunately, to get the materials, this is where some of the problems lie. It is such a grindy game. Things like Gather and Ore is just repetitive as hell. And I think you spend about 80%, I would guess, of your time grinding for resources. It is way too high. That needs to come down a lot more to make this game way more fun. It also has the nag approach to survival. You were wet. You were cold. You were hungry. Eat. Do this. It's like, dude, I just want to go 2 meters without you nagging me, but you can't, so you're just constantly getting nagged. And talking about stamina, for fuck's sake, you'd think I was a 90-year-old asthmatic granny, not a Nordic beast of a man called Bob. Like, it's ridiculous. You run an inch and he's like, I'm tired. It's like, for God's sake, man up. Anyway, so yeah, stamina really annoyed the hell out of me. This also links into item durability is way too low. Your things just break way too easy and you got to craft them again. It's just annoying. I hate nagging approach to survival, item durability and low stamina in games like this. So I think they all need improving. Some more things I did like: you unlock recipes by finding the material first, which I liked. Mob factions will fight each other. I liked. You can build ships and explore the sea and other islands. Again, pretty cool. One last thing I didn't really like is teleporters. What the fuck are they doing there? Why has this game got teleporters in? It just doesn't fit. And for me, the whole point of exploring and survival is that you explore and survive, not just teleport back to your base. A little bit about characters. You're a dude. That's about it. There is a slight customization on the character. It's pretty basic. It's functional, but I wouldn't say it's overly going to make you the man of your dreams, so to say. You do have a cool bird thing that's like your guide. So if you find a berry, it's like, oh, did you know you could eat that berry? I would like to see him be a bit more fun. That bird be a bit more funny because it gets away from the grind. I want to see a bit more humor occasionally. I think that bird might be in the humor thing. Storyline, there isn't much to talk about. There's a bit of lore, a little bit of story. Basically, it's go there, kill that, and escape. Overall, I'm going to give it 6 grinds out of 10 broken axes. Replayability wise, there is a procedural map, so you shouldn't get the same experience. There is ocean exploration, and there's new continents and islands to be found. And there's also special events as well, where the NPCs might put 2 trolls after you. However, and this is where I disagree with a lot of people, you're just going to be doing the exact same thing over and over again. You'll build your base, you'll grind, you'll farm, defeat the boss, move into the new biome, build your base, grind, farm, beat the boss, move your base, build, farm. Do you get my point? Will people still be playing this in a few months? I don't think so. I mean, I hope I'm wrong because it's an indie game, but I just can't see where the replayability comes from because it's the same thing over and over and over again. It's not open world, it's linear. Once you complete it, will you be able to go and do the whole same thing again over and over again? I don't think people will. So, next, 4 out of 10. I think the fun factor of this game depends if you're solo or with friends, and I'll cover that in a second. But I found this game to be fun up to a point, and that kind of just hit me, and the gameplay loop came into effect, and I kind of saw beyond everything and went, this is it. And there's only one way you can really complete this game, and that isn't fun for me. Once you add base building survival elements into a game and call it an open world survival game, it should have options. You should have ways to complete your task. This doesn't. You have to kill the thing before you can move on. Kill the next thing, move on. You can't progress without killing that thing. So it's on a linear path and you're doing the same thing over and over again in a slightly different place. The reason I love survival games is the freedom and creative approach to surviving you can take and progression. But once you look closely at this game, it's just a linear RPG hiding behind open world elements, which I've seen way too many times in way too many games. So from most reviews I have read, they all seem to be very much with friends. So I think this is the way this game needs to be played. You need to have that adventure, that journey, that experience with your friends. And if that's where the game takes it, that is fine for you. So if you've got friends, I can imagine the fun factor being way higher, you know, doing all them adventures together and going exploring. As a solo player, the fun is limited. And as I play solo and don't have any friends to share the stories with, it gets 5 Lonely Tonys out of 10 empty chairs. So overall, taking all that into consideration, for me, it gets a bang average 5 out of 10. I think it's average, it's way too grindy, it's not an open world survival crafting game, it's a linear RPG experience. Stamina and weapon degradation is just annoying and stupid. It is saved by, for me, the graphics, random events, and the price point is really good for an early access game, and I think the amount of reviews it's getting positive and the amount of people playing it at the moment is really gonna get people to try it, and it looks way more fun by friends. But for me, it's a bang average 5 out of 10. See you on the next one, guys.